In this episode, the new Subaru WRX TR, the Honda Passport has got some revisions, and Porsche's new lease requirement. Welcome to episode 278 of the We Are Auto Show. What's up, Derek?
Mr. Michael Rao, what's new?
So I have experienced life as a Tesla or electric car owner.
Uh-oh. What happened?
So, range anxiety is a thing, and displays that tell you may have a certain amount of battery left may not be all accurate.
No.
So, I was driving a golf cart.
Okay.
The display said I had 50% juice left.
Uh-huh.
I proceeded away from a stop sign. And then I didn't proceed much further.
50%?
Yeah, I was dead. I was stranded like a Tesla owner that's run out of juice.
Okay. All right, going from Tesla to golf cart is a bit of a gap there, but
It's
okay.
the same. It's just a spicy golf cart.
Yes, I see.
It is a spicy golf cart. Yes.
Uh-huh.
So I have now experienced life as an EV owner.
Okay.
Not thrilled. Because you can't just come by with a jug of gas and say, here's a splash to get you to a gas station.
Nope. You get the little battery, I don't know, handle thing, and you sit over there for an hour.
I had my father-in-law come tow us back on a scooter.
So how did your golf cart die that quickly?
I don't know. Apparently, their golf cart just died that quickly.
That is really weird.
Because I even said to my wife, I looked over, I was like, all right, we got half juice left. We might as well go a little further.
Yeah.
And nope.
Unless the battery is like very, very bad.
So this is the future we're all looking forward to.
Oh, is it? Yes. I will say, my phone, when the battery gets to 50%, it doesn't just die in a minute. So I think the golf cart was...
This is the future we're all looking forward to.
It's coming, baby. It's coming.
All right, let's talk about some vehicles, starting with a Subaru, one of your favorite brands.
Yes.
So the WRX, this is a car that enthusiasts have held near and dear to their hearts for many years, up until the most recent one, which has been a bit of a travesty.
It has been.
The WRX enthusiasts. Now, Subaru has decided they're going to bring back the TR trim.
The TR trim.
You know what TR stands for?
No.
Tuner ready. So TR was actually from back in like 2006 on the old WRX TR. Now, the old TR trim, when they said tuner ready, I really like the fact that this trim was an option. What it meant was you had like cheaper than base model stuff. So you had stuff that Subaru designed to get ripped out and replaced with other things like seats and suspension and stuff like that.
That's cool.
Yeah, I like that. Like, if you know that people are going to grab your car and start tearing into it, they don't want to buy the top of the line because they're just going to replace all that shit anyway.
Do you want to make a rally car? Buy the cheapest version of this car and turn it into a rally car.
Yeah, that's exactly what it did. Right. They essentially took the WRX and said, okay, you like a sporty car. We know that you're going to tinker with it.
Yeah.
This is tinker ready.
That's cool.
Yeah, so they've brought TR back, but it is not TR like it used to be. TR is now the new luxury trim.
Yeah, feature-rich top trim. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Subaru has officially looked at all of its enthusiast market and said, goodbye.
All right. Well, this is going to be a darn shame to talk about.
Yes, it is. It's going to be horrible. Yep. So, this new car, it gets you bigger brakes, which is great. So you get Brembo 6-piston front calipers and 2-piston rears. You get larger pads, larger rotors. You get the bigger brake master cylinder, all that kind of stuff. You get stiffer springs. Wow.
Okay.
Stop body roll a little bit, maybe. You get damping rates have been slightly retuned for this car. You get these fancy Recaro bucket-looking seats. It's very interesting. You get 8-way power adjustments with these bucket seats, that is.
Okay.
They've gotten rid of the roof, or the moonroof, not the roof, but the moonroof, I should say, to save some weight.
Mm-hmm.
And they have done exactly nothing to make it more powerful.
Yikes.
I believe it is manual transmission-able, though, so that's good.
Weird to call it that trim.
I think they're grasping at straws here.
Yeah, almost anything would have been better, to be honest,
Mm-hmm.
because that doesn't make much sense at all.
Mhm.
But, I'm not opposed to all the changes they made. Sure, they didn't put performance in it, but if you just change the name of the trim and, like you said, it as something else, okay, fine. It's just some different bits from the normal stock base. That's fine.
Yeah, but don't call it TR.
Yeah, don't call it what your enthusiast would buy to modify.
Now, there's no official dollar figure listed on this, but most likely it's going to be a few $1,000s more than the GT trim, which is already somewhere just south of $48,000. So, tax tag title, you're $50,000
Yeah, you're like 55. Yeah.
for a car with like 270 horsepower.
Subarus are slow. They're pretty slow. Yeah.
Phew. Could you imagine spending $50,000 on a car with like not 300 horsepower?
This trim will probably be 60 out the door to start.
Jesus
Yep.
H.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a little gnarly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the WRX tuner ready isn't so ready for tuning
No,
because you won't have any money to tune it after you bought it.
Subaru's not going down a good path at the moment.
No, not great.
No. But we shall move on.
Yes.
What is next?
And we're going to move on to a Honda, and we're going to talk about a Honda SUV.
Oh.
We're talking about the Passport, which is their like mid-size SUV, which is kind of like just smaller than the Pilot. Particularly, we're going to talk about the TrailSport trim.
The TrailSport trim.
Yeah, the trim of the Passport is called TrailSport.
And this is for going out and about on the trail.
So nowadays, slightly.
Oh.
So when they first announced the whole TrailSport trim, it really wasn't a whole lot of much. It was like no different suspension, not really any different tires. You got all-season tires. Wow.
Just some badging.
Yes.
Okay.
But now you actually get some things that help you go to a slight trail, a hiking trailhead.
Gravel?
So
gravel road.
You could probably do a gravel road.
Okay.
Most likely.
Okay.
So you get, let's see, all-terrain tires, so beefier tires that can actually grip onto things, some knobbly tires. You get different spring rates and dampers for the suspension tuning to be able to actually get you better articulation for when you're on a road surface.
Okay.
Which makes this actually like you could actually take it down a dirt road.
A gravel road?
Yeah, because the old TrailSport, again, literally didn't get like anything.
How do they mess that up? How do they go, yeah, we're going to name it the TrailSport, the off-roading basically version of this car, and then not off-road it at all?
Well, how many people that buy, say, a Dodge Ram TRX have ever seen the end of pavement?
Yeah.
Because I will tell you, I was talking to someone recently who said that they've had the Raptor and the TRX, and neither have been off-road. Oh! Come on. At least just go rip some donuts in the field or something. Like,
That's what the trucks are designed to do.
Yes. But yes, this Passport TrailSport trim is now a bit off-roadier. So you got tires that will actually grip on things, and you got suspension that can actually articulate.
Okay. The counterpoint to this is like if you are the person who buys a Honda Passport, are you really looking to off-road a Honda Passport?
Okay, I'm glad you brought that up because that brings me to my next point. They've kind of fiddled with this to make it look off-roady and a little more performance off-roady. But wouldn't this car's direct competitor be the 4Runner?
Yes.
And if you're going to actually go off-road, what are you going to buy?
Not a Honda Passport.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. The competitive landscape for this, there's actually a decent number of vehicles in this landscape. Maybe not at this price point, but sure, the SUV off-roading landscape has abundance.
I think the Explorer has an off-roady version now. 4Runner has off-roady versions. What else have the Pathfinder? Nissan? Was it the Xterra or the Pathfinder?
You can go like Range Rover, Land Rover, like.
And now we're getting different echelons.
I know.
Right?
I was saying not so much on the price, but
okay.
But as far as the options go, yes, there are many. There are many better options as well.
Fair.
But if they can undercut a 4Runner or an Expedition, maybe this makes sense.
So here's my question. What could they or should they have done to make this more competitive to the 4Runner?
That's probably a better question for you because I don't know the details of the 4Runner.
Okay,
well.
So here's my 2 cents.
Yeah.
They should have given it a pretty trick diff.
Right.
They should have given it, so most off-roady versions of the 4Runner have some form of, Toyota used to call it like A-track or crawl control or something like that will help you crawl over some things, right? Mm-hmm. And get you unstuck if the going gets rough. I feel like this car should have had that.
They didn't go down that path?
Not that I'm aware of. Not that I didn't see in the article, at least.
Okay.
So I feel like if they would have given it some sort of trick diff that had crawl control, A-track, some sort of thing like that, then I think you could have legitimately taken the TrailSport and put it head-to-head with the 4Runner and gone, okay, you have a legitimate competitor now.
Yeah. Because as far as the 4Runner goes, Toyota does a good job with fit, finish, quality, but Honda does almost just as equal a good job. So in that aspect, they'd be pretty competitive. Mm-hmm. I don't know how the price is going to shake out. Do we have prices for this?
There is no official price yet.
Okay.
So we're to find out. I would imagine it'll be competitive with everything else in the 40s, 50s-ish.
Yeah.
With everything else is my guess. Yeah. For that top trim, that is.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting. It's a good step in the right direction if they actually want to try to get into that landscape, the off-roading landscape. It kind of doesn't seem like a very Honda landscape to me.
No.
But if they're trying to change the brand image and trying to branch out into other markets, yeah, it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah, I think it could very well be a step in the right direction. So we'll see. I think it's going to make it a little more attractive to people that are looking at a 4Runner that may not go quite as far off-road.
Is this Overlander's kind of vehicle?
No.
No?
No. The Overlander's vehicle would be a Tacoma TRD Pro with a roof rack and a rooftop tent and a couple of bikes, some shovels, maybe a wood-burning stove, a wingback chair.
Okay.
Yes.
This is not that far.
No. Okay. Not quite. This is for the soccer mom that happens to live on a dirt road.
I see. You know, it's a lot of them.
There can be.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
So if Honda can nail the price and they could actually get this out to the market, could be all right for them.
Might work.
Could be.
Might work.
We'll see. So let's keep on moving on. What is the next topic that we have?
We're going to talk about a brand that I hold near and dear that we've actually spent some time in the past few weeks talking about. It is Porsche. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, not a long time ago, a few weeks ago, we talked about the new Porsche 911 ST.
Yeah.
Which is essentially like arguably the best modern 911 ever.
Okay.
Maybe. But I digress. Porsche themselves are trying to step in to keep potential buyers from the quick flip profit.
The manufacturer's stepping in to stop people from flipping the cars?
Yes.
Oh, this gets...
And this is why I wanted to talk about this.
This
want
gets
your
murky
opinion.
quick.
This gets very murky very quickly. So
yeah.
The Porsche flipper market is a legitimate scary thing.
Oh, I'm sure it's big money.
Because with the old Porsche 911R, which was the 991.1 generation, which I'm nerding a little bit on Porsche, but either way, it was a few years ago. Well, quite a few years ago now that I'm thinking about it. But again, either way, the 911R was pretty much just immediately bought and then sold for like a triple 3x what they bought it for, like within 3 hours.
The new C8 Corvette was the most recent recollection for me, where people bought them all up and flipped them instantly and made 10, 20, 30 grand.
More than that. Some were making like 80.
Right. Some were making insane money. But you could definitely get like 20 to 30 grand out of one.
Yes. And now the new 911 ST is prime for the pickings of a flipper, because you may buy this for close to 300 grand, but if you turn around and sell it, I would be willing to bet you someone would be willing to pay $1 million for this car right away. So if you make a cool $700,000 pretty easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeesh. So here's what the scoop is.
How could Porsche possibly prevent this from happening?
And here's the scoop, okay? So the guy that is pretty much the VP of the 718 and 911-9s, he made a big announcement at the press pool at Rensport Reunion 7. That the quote was, "We want to ensure that cars are available to reach true enthusiasts to be driven and enjoyed for years to come. For this reason, those allocated a 911 ST in the U.S. will be required to adhere to an agreed minimum retention period set at 1 year." So essentially what this is you have to lease the car from Porsche for a year before you are allowed to outright own it.
That's weird.
Yes. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know if weird. I like it. I don't know if I don't like it. I'm very... I just don't know about this one.
Why couldn't you lease it for a year and then flip it after? I'm sure you could.
Oh, you will.
Okay. So they're just that first 12 months is what they're trying to stopgap.
I think that's what... I think they're trying to kind of cool the market for a little bit. Let the cars get enjoyed. I think they're trying to let people enjoy the car.
If you purchase it straight up, I spend whatever it is, $100,000, $200,000, give it to Porsche. They give me the car. There's no. Do I get the title? You don't, right?
No, you're leasing the car for a year.
That's odd.
I don't understand. I mean, I understand, but I don't understand. Will it work? Will it work?
I don't. Well, if you don't have the title, there's no way to sell it, right? I don't. In theory, yeah, unless somebody buys it under the table from you, and like you continue to go on the lease until it's up, and just give them the title then. But I don't know.
This is like you mentioned. This is very murky territory.
Say I bought the car, right? And I say, "Oh, Michael, you can buy it from me for another $300K or whatever it is. It doesn't matter. You're going to buy it from me month 1, right? I just give you the car. I still pay the lease. The title is still under my name until a year's done. And then all right, once the year's over, here's the title. You're good to go." Why couldn't that happen?
Will investors want to do that, though?
Well, will Porsche come knocking at the door saying, "Hey, do you still have the car?" Will they ask for proof that you have the car?
Maybe.
Huh.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's why I'm very curious about this.
We saw Corvette do this in the past.
Yeah, but they didn't require a lease.
No, they just made you sign an agreement before purchasing the car.
But then they threatened to not let warranties transfer.
Okay. And I think they also threatened to say, you couldn't buy another one ever again or something like that.
Yeah. So
right.
Some big threats. This is the first time that I'm, within my recollection, remembering a manufacturer legitimately making a real effort to combat it. Not just a bunch of talk, but legitimately, here's what you cannot do.
Is this a good thing? Should it just be a free market value? Should it just be, if you're willing to pay $1 million, all right, you're willing to pay $1 million.
The capitalist inside of me says yes.
Right.
The Porsche purist inside, the Porsche enthusiast inside of me says, I want the people that buy the car to actually drive it. That's what this car is made for. This car is literally designed to just have the best driving experience ever made.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have an answer.
Should Porsche just hike up the price? I mean, I'm sure they can't, outsell the scalpers, because the scalpers don't care what the base price is.
How much would you like to pay? $1.9 million.
Yeah, I don't know. That puts them in a weird spot where they need to ensure that the lease is still going and you have the car. That's the biggest question in my head. How are they going to ensure that you still own the car? I don't know.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Maybe you have to keep the insurance on it or something. I don't know. Maybe monthly mileage checks or something. Or they send someone to your house. Knock, knock. Hello?
Yeah.
Do you still have the Porsche? I must witness this Porsche or you go to jail.
A little German man named Michael shows up.
Yes.
Knocking
I
at your
must
door.
test drive your car.
Ay. That's a weird one. I do hope that they can combat this a bit, but I don't want them to go all in on it. And like, say you buy a Porsche in 5 years and you have to 10-year lease it because they're afraid everybody's going to flip them. Like,
How long is the lease in your car? 32 years.
yeah, because flip.
It's a mortgage. I mean, it's going to cost about the same as some houses, so you might as
Right.
well mortgage it for 30 years.
I thought for a moment that they were going to go down the like subscription kind of path, and I was like, oh no.
They already do that with different cars.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the worst. But this is a weird one.
Yeah, I figured it would be worth mentioning.
Yeah, that's an odd one.
Yeah, so that's all I got. You got anything else?
I do not.
That's going to wrap us up for episode 278. Thanks so much for watching and listening. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel, leave a thumbs up, and drop a comment on the video. Let us know, do you think the Subaru WRX TR should carry the TR badging, or should it be something else? And if you're listening on audio only, send us those thoughts via social. Facebook is We Are Auto, Instagram is We Are Auto _, YouTube is We Are Auto, and our website is weareauto.io. So, thanks again. Catch you guys in the next one.
Peace.